Before the video starts, I just want to say a quick welcome to everyone watching this video. Before anything, yes, this is now my new channel trailer because there's a lot of questions and a lot of people asking, what is the Bubba Streams channel? Or what is Bubba in general? Like, I've been on YouTube for the last 2 years telling these crazy stories, and honestly, a lot of people don't know what this channel is still. Like, some people think it's a kid's channel and think that I just talk about funny little kid-friendly stories, which is not true. And some people think that I'm just a gaming channel where I just play video games and not talk about my life, which is the total wrong thing to think of. And some people think that this channel is just to farm kids into thinking the wrong way and be a bad influence towards you guys. So today I'm here to tell you the truth of what this channel really is, because it's gotten to the point where people are reporting the channel and basically getting it demonetized, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand if it's too much for you adults, but hopefully this video does change your mind. What is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba and welcome back to the channel. So if you guys are long known subscribers, you guys would know that this channel is basically me telling crazy stories about my life growing up and me being in this generation of, well, absolute anarchy. Just to mention, I'm 21 years old. Like, I was born on May 13th, 2001. So I'm not that much older than the average person. Does that make sense? Sure. We'll just go with it. But going on, this channel is basically me explaining all my crazy stories that I've been throughout my life. From all the embarrassing moments with girls, to going to parties, to even just the normal common things in school. Like, for example, getting your first car, or being afraid of teachers, to even just normal fights. Hell, the most popular video on this channel is my first fight when I was back in school. So for all the people saying, oh, he's only known for the Devil's Tango, this channel is known for a lot more than just that. Like I said earlier, this channel is basically where I explain my crazy stories in my life, because I grew up in a generation where things are really different from back then. Like, if you guys watch TV shows or movies about way back then, you guys would know that high school and middle school and even elementary school is shown in a very different light compared to this generation, what it actually is. Because if you guys don't know, people evolve, schools evolve, you know, everything evolves in life. We're literally like Pokemon, except we evolve in the weirdest way possible. And by that, society guides us. And society guides us in the most weirdest and most awkwardest ways of life. Like, back then, cancel culture wasn't really a thing. People would say whatever they want on the internet and no consequences will be known. But nowadays, since society has changed and, you know, more people are more sensitive to things, cancel culture became a serious thing. And many people think I should be canceled because, well, I say words like Devil's Tango, or, you know, talk about high school experiences from way back then, which nowadays society sees as like a, oh no, you're hurting me, this is offensive, when in reality it's just a story about back then, back when I was a kid, back when I was a teenager growing up and hitting hormones and being a different person. And me knowing that I'm able to tell my story out on YouTube and, you know, tell the story about me getting my first girlfriend, or me being cheated on, or me being even, you know, getting the Devil's Tango back when I was in high school. Well, I will say it, and I do enjoy telling these stories to you guys, because some of you guys do relate to it. Some of you guys are like, whoa, that's offensive, and think it's over the top. And some people just really can't believe it. Like, some people still think I get my stories off Reddit. For those people that think I get my stories off Reddit, yeah, you're extremely weird. Go ahead, try to find the stories on Reddit. None of them are on Reddit. Going on though, one thing that I need to explain in this video is something that needs to be put to rest. I am not a kid's channel. For all the people that are saying, oh, only kids watch him, in my opinion, a kid is someone that is younger than 13. Like, I'm just gonna say this right now. If you're under the age of 13 watching this channel, you guys shouldn't be watching this channel without your parents' permission. Unless you just have parents that absolutely don't care, then I don't know, I can't say anything. But if you guys are under the age of 13 watching this channel isn't for you. I will gladly say it to everyone on the internet saying, oh, this guy tries to pull kid viewers. If you're under the age of 13, don't watch me. I'm just gonna say that right now. But if you guys are above the age of 13 watching this channel, I just want to mention that you guys are turning into teenagers. And becoming a teenager in nowadays in this generation, well, let's be honest here. Half of you guys have definitely already smoked weed, or as I would say, Devil's lettuce. And half of you guys have already done the sex, or as I say, Devil's Tango. For parents watching this video, or anyone that is, well, a big hater of this channel, you guys have to understand that in this generation nowadays, kids would be 12 years old and vaping on the streets. Like, I'm not saying all kids, obviously we have some people that are, you know, understanding at a young age and maybe smarter than their age. But to most common people, or most common teenagers. And teenagers, you guys can comment if I'm wrong. As usual, you guys have the open rights to say whatever you want in the comments. You guys know that this generation is absolutely ahead of its time. You guys will be drinking, smoking, vaping, doing all that stuff even before you guys even get to high school. That's what this generation is. And me, I grew up in the generation that people were just starting to get into that at a young age. So it was odd to me, it was weird to me, and that's why I tell these stories, because it blows my mind how you guys are able to do this on the daily. See what I'm getting at here? Now, obviously, another thing I have to mention is, why do I say words like Devil's Tango? Or for example, I know this is a really big meme, Devil's Cream. And that's because, let's say we did have a kid that was under the age of 5, for example, watching, or under the age of 10 even. If I say the word Devil's Tango, or for example, Devil's Cream, they're not gonna understand what I'm saying, unless that kid knows way more than he should. But for example, if I'm just saying words like that, and let's just say, hypothetically, a kid randomly goes onto this channel that when he's not supposed to, and let's just say his parents didn't set up YouTube Kids for him, he would have to go ask his parents, and his parents wouldn't obviously tell him. Like, I would rather have a kid that is a very young age walk up to his mommy or daddy saying, "Hey mommy, what is the Devil's Tango?" instead of a kid walking up to his parents saying, "Hey mommy, what is sex?" Yeah, right. I know what I'm doing here, people, okay? And YouTube, if you're watching this right now, I need you guys to know that this is not a kids channel. I literally clicked the button not for kids. So please don't demonetize me. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I'm gonna be honest here, there's 10 times worse things on YouTube than my stories. And just to mention, I do censor them very well. And even I have a team of people, for example, Tommy, which is probably editing this video right now, that knows what should be in the videos and what shouldn't and what would be too much. But it's gone to the point where parents are just getting too irritated at what's going on, and many people just don't understand what this channel is. So hopefully this video helped out for understanding what this channel is. This channel is literally just me telling crazy stories about my life. Simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. And for all the parents that are watching this video, I just want to mention that your kid knows a lot more than he thinks. And if you think it's my videos or the internet that's changing him, no. Literally just go to his school and see it for yourself. Okay, I think it's about time I told you guys the truth. And I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys here. I know there's gonna be a lot of hate from this video, but at the same time, my job is to be a creator, meaning I have to make content for you guys to enjoy. And seeing how the statistics of first were going up really high, and then sometimes the videos just drop down, I'm gonna say this much. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to another insane video. So today's video is honestly just me talking and being brutally truthful to you guys. I know a lot of you guys in the comments down below, or, you know, people that just watch the channel regularly, want to just hear a story. And me, I love telling stories. Part of my life is telling stories because I, you know, lived through so much in my life that I enjoy telling you guys them. But at the same time, there's always one question that always pops up, and one question that leads me to having a lot of haters. And that question is, are the stories real? Now, I'm gonna say this much. It's not like I'm telling lies, and no, I'm not taking stories from Reddit, and no, I am not making these stories up. I've gone through a lot of my life, from basically doing a lot of Devil's Tango to doing, well, basically mistakes that I wish I never made. And that's why this channel was made, for me to tell you guys my high school experiences and basic experiences of big mistakes I've done. Now, one thing I will mention is that when I tell Devil's Tango stories, there's one of many reasons why I tell a lot of them. Because one, I have done the Devil's Tango over 130 times. Yes, 130 times I have done the Devil's Tango. I know it sounds unbelievable, but you gotta understand, throughout my life, I've done a lot of crazy things. And on top of that, I lost it in grade 8. And from grade 8 till, well, now I'm 21 years old, I've been doing it a lot. Nowadays, not so much, because obviously now a beautiful girlfriend, V, if you guys haven't checked out her channel, she's basically gonna start making videos and streaming. But also on top of that, I ended up living by myself at the age of 19, meaning that having a whole place to yourself at such a young age, and understand this, going to clubs and stuff at the age of 19 as well here in Vancouver, Canada, is very common. So for all the people asking, did this guy actually pull that many girls? Yes. Now, in question of how did I pull that many girls, you gotta understand, one thing I didn't have in high school was standards. Not every girl I've done was a 10 out of 10. I hate to break the dream for you guys, or basically the belief of, you know, I've done 10 out of 10s my whole entire life. In reality, I've only done like a bunch of women, even if they were as low as a 2. Yes, I literally had no standards back in high school. If it walked, it was done. And as bad as that is to say, I know it was a mistake. Oh wait, but Bubba, what about those like people that was like your workplace, like the lawyer story you recently posted? You gotta understand, when I tell stories about like, you know, people I've worked with or lawyers or literally anyone, I kind of just get an experience that I've already had either with an older woman or someone that was a part of that, you know, workplace, and I change up up the story a lot. Like, for example, one of them crazy stories that I know you guys love and enjoy was Me and My Manager. It was one of the most common stories, but you gotta understand, for example, one of the stories about me and my manager, she wasn't actually my manager. She was just someone that was like a higher up than me, like an assistant manager or something like that. Usually I like to change up the stories a bit more so it's more entertaining for you guys, because at the end of the day, a story has to be entertaining. One thing I've always wanted to be when I was a kid was an author. If you guys don't know, I would love to write books and tell stories as a kid, but one thing I realized is that I suck at writing. Yes, I literally cannot do grammar for the life of me, nor do I enjoy actually writing. So instead, I do it through videos. One thing I will say though is that I never actually planned to become a storyteller. Like, me telling stories was never the plan for this channel. When I made up the channel Bubba Streams, it literally says in the name streams. And to be honest, it's funny because a lot of people ask me, oh wait, do you stream? But in reality, I do stream, but not as much as making content. And when they realize that I'm the storyteller that says the word Devil's Tango, they end up laughing and basically saying, oh, you're that guy that gets laid a lot. Yeah, I am, is what I usually reply for this. But at the same time though, one thing I will say is that I don't regret telling stories. I love telling stories to you guys. And for all the people that subscribe to this channel and show love, I'm gonna say thank you. And for all the people that hate my channel and absolutely want me to stop telling stories like this, well, I'm gonna tell you one thing, I'm not. And if you want to keep hating the channel and keep saying the stories are fake, then go for it. One thing I will admit is that not every story is accurate. But in terms of me, you know, pulling girls back in high school and stuff, yes, I did, but all these girls were just, well, not that attractive to pull in the first place. To be honest, I can't believe I used to believe these stories. I swear, bro gets his stories from Reddit and effing chat GPT. These stories are fake. All your stories are very good, but are they fake? This question has been asked way too many times on this channel, and today I'm going to be giving you guys the truth. The truth of what this channel is, and are the stories fake, okay? I've done a video like this before, but apparently you guys have such minuscule minds to the point where I have to repeat myself over and over again. And honestly, if it gets me views, then I guess I'm winning here, aren't I? Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and usually around this time, I'd be telling you guys a crazy story about my life, or basically telling you guys a time where I did the Devil's Tango. But most of the time, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, apparently you guys are not understanding a basic concept on this channel. And many of you guys ask the same question over and over again, and it's getting to my mind, and it's really starting to really hurt how you guys think that my stories are fake. So today we're gonna be explaining, are the stories fake? Well, let's get straight into this. Okay, so the first thing you guys need to understand is, how did I have so many high school experiences? How did I, out of all people in high school, manage to have so many experiences to the point where it seems unrealistic? Well, you gotta understand me, I lost my V card back in grade 8. If you guys haven't seen the video of me losing my V card, well, it's on the channel, you guys can go check it out. But basically, in this video, I explain how basically I lost it and I started realizing that I enjoy doing the Devil's Tango, and I'm a hypersexual. If you guys don't know what that means, well, there's another video on the channel that explains that for you guys. But going on from there, guys, you guys gotta understand that one thing about me you guys should know is that one promise I made when I entered in high school is that I want to go through high school saying yes. What does that mean? Well, basically, if I had an opportunity to go to a party or hang out with a person or basically do something where I usually wouldn't want to do, I would go anyway. It's called getting out of my comfort zone. You gotta understand, throughout middle school and elementary school, I was a really self-centered kid where I only cared about myself and didn't really want to care about others or worry about others, and basically wanted to focus only on me. And a lot of the time, to be honest, the only thing that made me happy was sitting at home playing video games. But obviously, going through high school, that was not the best way to have, well, the high school experience that I thought was realistic. Now, a lot of you guys don't understand this because you guys are probably in middle school, or you guys are probably in high school right now. And you guys gotta understand me, when I was in middle school going to high school, I believed in having the best high school experience ever. I wanted to be that kid that went through everything, that wanted to basically have the greatest experiences of his life. Basically, I went into high school thinking it was like the next Disneyland experience, okay? But boy, was I wrong. But I made that promise to myself, and when I make a promise to myself of basically having an experience, I go through it. So that's why a lot of the time when, you know, something seems so far off, like for example, me pulling fire alarms, to me doing it in the all-gender bathroom, to me, you know, basically fighting with the LGBTQ community in my school, I've done it all. And I will say this much. The reason I did this was because I wanted those experiences. I made sure that I would instigate to certain situations to be in those experiences. If that doesn't make sense, then honestly, it is what it is. You don't have to believe me, but it just makes sense. Now, another thing I hear a lot on this channel is the main question. I read one of the comments earlier, but basically a lot of people say I use Reddit and Chat GPT to get these stories together and make the stories. And I will say this much. No, I never, and I mean ever, and I mean ever used one of these sites. And I know on Reddit there are a lot of crazy like story times and stuff on there, and I know on Chat GPT you can just get AI to just write it out for you. But for me, you gotta understand, when I tell these stories, they're from my experience. So me, I like to make side comments or side notes just so the story makes more sense to you guys, so you guys have a better understanding. If I was reading someone else's story, how in the world would I be able to give any side comments, any, detail of that story if it's their story? Like, you guys gotta understand, when you read someone else's story out loud, and then when you tell us experience of your own, you realize that when you tell your own experience, you're able to give significant details about the story that make it more, well, realistic. And me, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not that creative. As a like, I know I'm a YouTuber and I'm meant to be creative, but I'm actually not that creative. To be honest, I'm just a genuine dude, just trying to hop on the internet, tell you guys crazy experiences, and maybe give some advice. That's the only thing I've wanted to do on YouTube my entire life, and the fact that it's happening is awesome. The fact that you guys think it's fake, it's kind of weird, man. Now, I think the main question that a lot of you guys do have, though, and you guys are really curious about, is how I pulled so many girls throughout high school. Now, you guys gotta understand, throughout high school, I've been through a lot. I mentioned how I wanted to say yes throughout high school, and one thing you guys gotta understand is that girls also have hormones in high school. Girls are not like this gray space where you walk into them and then you just do the devil's tango. A lot of the girls that I did back in high school, I won't lie to you. Yes, I have over 139 bodies as of today, but a lot of those bodies, I won't lie to you, they weren't from 10 out of 10 beautiful dime women, okay? Like, don't think every girl I've done on this channel is a supermodel. As much as I appreciate you guys think I can pull that many girls, I can pull girls, but not all of them being 10 out of 10s. You guys gotta understand, back when I was in high school, I had one thing that I wish I had, but I didn't, and that was standards. Literally, I'm not joking. If it was walking, it was done. And the reason why a lot of girls ended up doing the devil's tango with me is because, well, one thing I realized about them is that they had low self-esteem. So when a guy like me comes into their life, they're like, oh, like, no way, I get to finally do it with a handsome guy. And then from then, their experience is just, one of those things, like, they stay with them forever. How many of those girls can say, oh, like, I did the devil's tango with Bubba? 139 of them. That's the truth, honestly. But I'm gonna be honest here, guys. Like, a lot of these girls, they weren't 10 out of 10s. And I know what you guys are probably thinking now. You guys are probably thinking, oh, like, Bubba, like, you can't, like, do, like, all those girls from your high school. Like, it doesn't make sense. You guys gotta understand, I get it's unrealistic that I did almost every girl in my high school. And no, not all 139 of my body count is from my high school. That's the one thing you guys don't understand. I was expelled from 2 schools, and I've gone to 3 high schools my entire life. I didn't stay in one high school my entire high school years. And you guys are wondering why I got expelled. Well, I've told those stories on this channel, and those stories have nothing to do with girls. For all the people saying that all 400 videos on this channel are about women, no, they're not about women. They're about my experiences that I wanted to tell to you guys. And the way I'm gonna end this video off, because obviously, to be honest, I don't want to like spend too much time explaining like everything, but if you guys really want a video of me making a timeline of when every story happens, I would gladly spend the time to do that. I don't mind going through every single video and making a timeline. Hell, if you guys end up doing it, please join my Discord server and like give me the timeline. I'll gladly go for it and shout you out and show you on the channel of you doing this for me. But one thing you guys gotta understand as well, and this is where the final thing I wanted to say was, is that you guys gotta understand, in this generation, a lot of kids are doing the wildest things. You guys are not stupid. You guys are not really kids anymore. You know what I mean? When you get to that middle school, high school age, you guys know more than the average person. Okay? You guys are not dumb. You guys know what the devil's tango is. You guys know what women are. You guys know the hormones and attraction a person has. And this channel is literally just to talk about those embarrassing moments with those hormones, with those moments in your life. And when I tell these stories, yes, I say them in a really dramatic form because I want you guys to enjoy the experience of me telling these stories to you. And that is basically all for today's video. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. I hope this answered any of your questions, but if not, join the Discord server and ask your questions right then and there. But if not, like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories. Peace out, guys.